guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Hope you guys enjoyed my last episode on resurfacing the Lindenhurst Marching Band LT1000 hauler. When I was walking my dog that night after the video, I smelled gas when I walked around this area. Then I noticed a big puddle over there and a big puddle over here. Touched it, it was gas. So what happened is that rebuilt carburetor that I built, the bowl gasket was really hard and not pliable. So after the gas was soaking in it, you know, it swelled it up a little bit, and then when it calmed down and shrank, it started leaking from the bowl. Therefore, about a quarter of the gas leaked out. So I turned on the fuel shutoff. I don't really have a whole lot of great parts for that carburetor, so I think my friends over at HIPA are gonna send me one. So we're gonna have to wait until it gets here, and I'll just put a new carburetor on there and see how it goes. In the meantime, while I was walking BOBA, we find this on the other block in my neighbor's garbage. This was sitting in somebody's garbage. Look at it. It's a gem. This is a super old Rally simple MTD push mower. Look at the wheels. It's like it's never been used. It's in excellent condition, and it has a 3 horsepower or 3.8 horsepower Tecumseh engine. Look at it. Little bit of a wipe down, and this thing is like mint. It's a Rally 20-inch. Look at the wheels. This is like from the 80s or something. Maybe. Tecumseh engine, TVS90. Look at this gas cap. Pristine. Like it's never been used. Look at the toe guard. Not even scrapes on it. Amazing. And I've never seen this. A Tecumseh carburetor with a yellow or beige button. Unless it was red and it was just faded over the years. And it's soft and pliable. Has an air filter cleaner. Look at that. I wonder why they threw it away. Has one of these small little circular exhaust pipes, mufflers. Look at that coil. 3.8 horsepower. Look at the way this gas cap is. There's the vent, and can you actually adjust the amount of vent? You can. Pretty interesting. So because I took it only because it was interesting, you know. A lot of people like this nostalgic stuff. All right, so it has been used, you know what I mean? It's still super clean. Blades are relatively sharp too. It's in really good condition. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, for you enthusiasts, let's see if you guys know. Ooh, I would say it's a 93. See on the serial number how it ends with 93? I bet you it's made in 1993. I'll leave it in the comments if you guys know. Made in the USA. Swainsboro, Georgia. American Yard Products. Oh, wow, this is an AYP? That's really unusual. McRae, Georgia, and Swainsboro, Georgia. Yeah, AYP. It's just like an MTD, right? Now, I did some research on this, and these came with all kinds of engines. Briggs, Tecumseh, all kinds of different engines it came with. I've seen different engines on this rally platform many times. Bail handle works. Cable's good. Pulls freely. I'm gonna check the oil. Oil's over here, and this, it wasn't on very tight at all. And it's full and clear, good viscosity. Little ATF will make this really shine, I can tell. Really gonna bring out that red, vibrant red paint back. No gas in it, but let's give her a couple of pulls anyway. That feels good. What do you think? Should we just put some gas in it without spraying? These TECUMSEHs have very small gas tanks. So just a little bit will allow us to test it. So I'm going to prime it. I mean, I doubt the priming is going to work. Carburetor's probably trashed. I pushed it like 10-15 times. What do you guys think? It'll start? Will it turn over? Wow. That counts as turning over, no? So we know it's getting spark. Spray the carburetor with some starter fluid. By the way, it's really hot today. We're back in the 90s. Look at that. Excellent condition. All right. It's like the carburetor's dirty. Let's just take the bowl off and see. Not a ½ inch. Probably in millimeters, like a 14 millimeter, but this 9/16 works. A little overkill, but will fuel come out of the bowl? It does come out of the bowl. How about it? Super clean, like new. And fuel is coming down. And it stops. There's a blob of something in there. Other than that, it's a very clean carburetor. I'm going to hold that there for a second. I'm going to pinch off the fuel line, and then we'll spray it a little bit. Pinch off the fuel. It's like new. I'm amazed. And why didn't it start? So I'm just gonna blow up the emulsion. There you go, you hear it? I'm gonna put the bowl back. Try to pull start it now. It's already been primed with some stuff. Well, I don't know why it's not working. Carburetor's super clean. I have to remove it, damn it. Okay, so I blew a little bit more stuff in there and it turned over and it just wouldn't stay running, right? It turned over for the amount of spray that I sprayed in there. So I removed the air filter base, right? And I noticed that the fuel line, this fuel line here, see the nozzle? It's a 90-degree nozzle, right? And it was pointed downwards, which means that the fuel line was right on top of the governor hinge right here. So this fuel line was tight right onto this governor hinge. And it was restricting the governor from opening up the throttle at all. So I bent the 90-degree nozzle upwards, which it should be because the gravity is pulling it down here. You don't want it to go low and then back up again. So I twisted this 90-degree nozzle upwards like that. So therefore it had this barrier, I guess, that gives it the hose clearance for the governor gear to move, the governor lever to move, therefore turning the throttle. Now when I did start it, right, it ran on its own for very low RPMs. And take a look at this. As you guys know from Tecumseh's, it has a spring that's pulled onto the governor lever and onto this bar over here that's bendable so you can adjust the RPMs. But the bar is mounted inside, whereas this part right here gets in the way of you bending it. So this bar here has to come out like that and then bent forward. And that's held on by that bolt there. So I have to loosen that bolt, allow that bar to go more this way so it clears the oil vent cover, and then we'll be able to bend that bar more that way, giving the spring a little bit more tension so it pulls the governor lever in higher RPMs. Other than that, I think it works. The whole problem was that this part here was being held in place by the fuel line, which was too low. So somebody's been in here and worked on it, and obviously with the governor closed like that, it's not going to run no matter what you do. So this thing that I traded for my chipper shredder, it doesn't really run very well. I tried using it for about an hour or so and it bogged down, and I then tried to take apart the carburetor again. Looked brand new and clean, but the gaskets look different than what it's supposed to be, like holes were being blocked, whatever. Couldn't figure it out. So I listed it for like 50 bucks. Some guy's gonna meet me for 40 bucks. Just want to get rid of it. There he goes. There's the dude. So, started for a little while, then stopped again. I told him that probably the guy that messed with it had the gaskets wrong, and I don't have the patience anymore to mess with two-stroke shit, you know what I mean? So while I wanted to get more money for it, obviously, right, he gave me, it was listed for 50 because of the problems installed. He gave me 40. I says, okay. So if you think about it, that chipper shredder that Rob from Holbrook found for me, brought it back home, got it started and running, although not very well. We did trade with that guy who gave me the Husqvarna backpack blower, the BT125. And, you know, I used it for like an hour or so. It ran okay, you know, not a lot of power. It's very a small engine. It's like 25 cc's or something like that. And then it just started bogging down. I was messing with the fuel adjustment for a little bit, and then finally it was so hot and I was getting aggravated. I just said, what am I messing with two-stroke shit? I hate two-stroke stuff. So I just said, you know, I'm going to lower the price from 150 to 50. And sure enough, I had like tons of people ask me about it. And then finally one guy said, I'll give you 40 for it. I'll meet you right now. I'm like, okay. So, you know, same thing as just, you know, picking 40 bucks off the street because Rob gave it to me for free. He found it on the street. And so, you know, to get something for it, that's all I wanted. Something for it. After, you know, tinkering with the chipper shredder, tinkering with that, just wanted something for it. I'm very satisfied. Got it out of my garage, damn it. Runs good now. Fires right up too. I'm gonna put everything back. We're finished. Dang, son. Little bit of ATF. Look at that. I could have power washed it, but you're not going to get a lot of money for this anyway. But just a little bit of a ATF wipe down. Even did the wheels, engine cover, all that. Got this baby running great. I mean, honestly, when have you seen an MTD or AYP little basic push mower with a super old TECUMSEH engine on here look like that in this condition? I mean, look at the tires. Insane. Like it's never been used. Well, who can use it when you had these problems that we had? It was impossible for you to start this engine that way. Look at the toe guard. Look at that gas tank. Pristine. So how about that, fellas? Boba and I found it on the street a block away from my house while walking them, just sitting on the curb. Pristine. I took it because it looked like it was in mint condition. I had never seen such an old mower to be in such great shape. As if it was purchased, used a little bit, and then you couldn't ever start it again, so it just sat in the back of your garage for years and decades. And then finally they said, you know what, why are we keeping this? It's not going to run, let's just throw it out. Henry picks it up for free! Free!
Free!
For free!
For
That's right, free. Somewhere along the early days of this mower, somebody decided to go and replace something. So I think whoever replaced it put maybe a new carburetor on there, or serviced the carburetor, or cleaned it. But when he put it back, the tension bar that holds the spring that pulls the governor lever was in the wrong place. Therefore, you couldn't adjust it more than it was stuck there behind this metal bracket. So that needed to be moved out and then adjusted forward to give the governor lever more tension on the spring. That gave you the RPMs. Because it wouldn't start no matter what you did other than spraying it, right, is that the fuel line was also routed wrong and sitting right on top of the governor lever, so it couldn't move. Therefore, the throttle was always closed, which is why it would never run. It was pretty easy to diagnose once you looked at it. And if you've worked on these before, it's a very simple setup. So that I knew right away what the issue was the fuel line, and the throttle tensioner was preventing the governor lever from moving or adjusting or opening up the throttle at all. So once we got that stuff taken care of, putting it back together was a piece of cake. We have gas in it, we checked the oil, it's good, and this thing runs and starts. I mean, it's 93 degrees today, so you don't need to prime it. So yes, while it is just a simple, basic push mower, height adjustments, you could take the wheel off and put it at the 2 or 3 different holes that they have drilled out. That's how you do the adjustment. But this is, you know, pretty standard and universal height for most lawns. If you wanted to mulch, this is how you do it. It does side discharge out the right side, but you know, this is good for somebody who has like rental property or something and you just want to simply mow the lawn, you know what I mean? Great for that. So while I'm thinking 50 bucks, the condition though warrants me to at least want 75. So to get 75, what do? You got to list it for 100. Why? Because if you list it for 100, they'll say, how about 75? And then you get what you want. However, you want to push the envelope just a little bit, you could say 125. But how many people are going to pay 125 for this? They'll usually say, how about 100? Oh, I'll get 100 for it. But if you lower the increments, let's say you say 115, the perception of the customer is that, oh, 115, oh, he's going to be so incremental as having a 5 in there, a 1.5, so he's probably not going to want to go any lower. So if he offers 100, you say, well, 110. Okay, how about 105? How about 100? And then you end up getting 100 anyway, but you had 3 different exchanges of monetary value. So it's up to you what you guys want to do. You got to know what your market's like. Here in Long Island, people don't mind paying 100 bucks for a mower. So I'll list it for 125. Sell it for as low as 50 bucks. With fall coming, people want to mulch up their leaves. I know. I haven't been selling shit this year because all my prices are ridiculous. But if I get the right person who wants it bad enough that makes me an offer, I'll take it. Hope you guys enjoyed the brief episode on an easy fix on a 3.8 horsepower Tecumseh engine. This is an antique AYP basic push lawnmower. Doesn't have a bagger, not designed for one. Couldn't even put one on if you wanted. Side discharge, no height adjustments. Your very basic mower, but it's in excellent condition. I could almost say it's in mint condition. Hardly used, but now it works great. Easy fix, found it on the street for free. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. and comment helps my algorithm so I can continuously get subscriptions and subscribers, more views, and therefore more extra small engine content just for you guys. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.